All right, good morning, everybody. Oh, why don't we come to our mats and find yourself in a comfortable upright seat? And instead of the normal seat that you take, maybe it's your legs are crossed and your right leg is always in front, switch it up. Sit differently today. It may feel a little weird at first, but it's important that we switch things up from time to time, that we're not doing the same thing over and over again. So once you come into this new version of your comfortable seat, close your eyes. Start to anchor into your practice. You can begin by just acknowledging the physical sensations that you're experiencing. You can feel yourself beginning to arrive at your practice as the breath begins to slow down and you begin to put aside your to-do list for the day. And this morning, I'd like you to bring forward or think of an intention for your practice. So, what I mean by that is a feeling, an emotion, an experience that you'd like to have, something to anchor you back into your practice. So, when your mind wanders, you have this thing that you're kind of working towards that encourages you to come back to the mat, that encourages you to come back to this present moment. It can be a short statement or a single word. And when you find your intention for your practice today, come into stillness. The eyes are closed or at a soft gaze. You feel the rhythm of the heartbeat and the rise and fall of the navel. And on your next inhale, you're going to draw both arms up overhead, feeling the spine lengthen. And then exhale, drop the shoulders away from the ears. So often we come here and we feel like we have to reach our fingers as high up towards the sky as we can. Really, we want to relax our shoulders. And depending on your rotation of your shoulders, for some of us, it might be more comfortable to have a really wide expression between the hands. Drop the shoulders down and away, lift the heart and sternum, and bring your awareness to the palms of your hands and see if you can begin to feel that very subtle charge of energy as it pulls through your fingertips, through the palms. And continue to inhale, breathing this fresh energy up through your spine and out through the crown of your head. And then the next inhalation, you're going to intertwine your fingers and then press the palms up towards the sky. Try and maintain those relaxed shoulders, even though you're a little bit more assertive in your hand. Continue pressing the palms up. And as you exhale, you're going to take a lateral stretch to the right. So your left hip is going to want to pop up off of the mat. Actively use your strength to keep that left hip and knee anchored onto the mat as you're pressing your palms away and deepening into the stretch. The gaze can be up at the sky, neutral, or down at the mat. This next inhale, you're going to press even further with the hands, and as you exhale, you'll drop the right hand to the mat, really deepening into this lateral stretch. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then inhale, come center, intertwine those fingers one more time. And then exhale, take it to the left. Noticing the subtle difference between the right and left side body. Continue pressing the palms away, but using the strength of your right hip and glute to keep that seat. One more inhale presses the palms away. The exhale, you drop the left hand and you really deepen into this stretch. Creating some space in the torso. Breathing into all areas around the heart. Inhale, we come back center. Intertwine the fingers one last time, pressing the palms towards the sky. We're going to exhale, Drop the hands about heart height in front of us as we spread the shoulder blades. So now we're breathing into the back of the heart. The chin can move towards the chest and you can find a deep rounding sensation in the spine. Continuously pressing the palms away. Inhale, coming center. Exhale, releasing your hand, and then uncrossing and recrossing your legs. We're going to move into just a couple of twists here before we start to find some flow in our practice. So for the sake of energy, we draw the arms up overhead. This time as we exhale, left hand, right knee, right hand back behind us as we twist. So you're twisting from the navel, not from that shoulder. And I encourage you to keep your chin in line with your collarbone. Oftentimes, we want to bring the gaze over that back shoulder. And really what that's doing is just stretching our neck, and we're not ready for that just yet. So keep the chin in line with the collarbone. Deepen your twist from your navel. Starting to compress your digestive organs, your detox organs. This all helps with assimilation, with digestion, removing toxins from the body. Inhale, we come back center, and exhale, twist to the other side. So twists are great to do in the morning because they really do help get those digestive enzymes and kind of juices flowing. I don't recommend twisting on an empty or on a full stomach. It can be quite uncomfortable. So just take it a few more moments here, deepening into the twist, knowing that you're wringing out from the inside. And then inhale, we come center. We're going to transition right into a boat pose. So get down into the core today. Make sure your ankles are in line with your knees. We're going to keep our knees bent for this boat pose. And try to avoid rounding through the back here. Really lift the heart and sternum. Drop those shoulder blades down and away, just like you did when your arms were reached overhead. If you need a little bit of stability, you can absolutely hold on behind the thighs or even bring your palms behind you as a little kickstand. So decide what's best for you and your boat pose this morning. Really begin to bring your awareness into that core. And then on the inhale, you're just going to straighten your left leg. Cross the right knee over the left and then bend the left knee one more time. So it's as if you're sitting in a chair with your legs crossed. Keep the toes flexed here. If you are feeling stable, the arms are going to be reached out in front of you. We're going to move dynamically here. So just 3 times. Inhale, you lower down to this low boat. Exhale, you lift back up to high boat. So 2 more times. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. 1 more. Inhale, low. Exhale, high. Unwind the leg. Maybe you need to shake it out a little. And then we're going to straighten the right leg as we cross the left and then bend back into the right knee to just kind of anchor in. So 3 times here, moving with the breath. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. Inhale, low. Exhale, high. Last time, guys. I know this is challenging. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, come up, unwind, and take a rest. Drop the feet towards the mat. Let the torso just rest comfortably on the thighs. You can hang your head and neck. And come back to those equal inhales and exhales. Feel the abdominal muscles release. Feel a gentle stretch across your back. We're not done with the core work. We're just taking a break. So one more resting breath here, preparing yourself for challenge. We're coming back into boat pose. And now we're going to move. We're going to go 6 times dynamically with the breath. So just traditional low boat to high boat with the breath. So inhale, low boat. Exhale, high. 5 more. Letting the breath carry. The exhale, the diaphragm lifts. This is going to help you lift back up into high boat. Pausing here. Maybe this time you straighten both legs. If you're feeling playful, you can take your peace fingers around your big toes and anchor in this way. One more breath, really breathing into the core. Exhale, bend the knees, drop the feet, and rest. So we're coming all the way into a downward facing dog. There's no real graceful way to do it. So I like to just cross over my ankles, bring my palms towards the mat, and then lift my feet as I step back into my first downward dog. Take a deep bend in the knees here, and let's start to stretch out through the back first. Equal weight between the hands, broaden across your shoulders, find that assertion. Let the head and neck be heavy. You have a deep bend in your knees, and then very slowly with your breath, you can pedal out through the feet, starting to wake up through the soles of the feet and your calves, feeling the hamstring stretch. And then we're going to make our way into downward facing dog. Nice active down dog. On your next inhale, you shift your weight forward into high plank. And then we're going to drop to our forearms for forearm plank. Really engage the core here. Just a little bit more core work, guys. So keep the shoulders broad. Keep the shoulders stacked over the elbows. And we're going to do 5 hip dips on either side. So exhale, you drop to the left. Inhale, you come center. And exhale, you drop to the right. So 4 more. Moving with the breath. Using the strength of your core, your obliques. After the 5th time, we'll meet back in forearm plank. Exhale, drop the pelvis. Lift the lower ribs off the mat and find yourself in Sphinx pose. So now we're going to stretch out through the front of the body again. From Sphinx pose, you're welcome to stay here if this is a big enough back bend for you. Or you're going to turn your palms outward and then slide them in about a full palm's length so that your elbows lift off of the mat. Coming into seal pose. So think of, how seals, they kind of take their fins out, their flippers out, and then they lift their torso. That's exactly what we're doing here. So your palms are facing outward. Your elbows can continue to be bent here, or you can straighten them as much as comfortably possible. This is going to deepen the compression in your lumbar spine and stretch the front of the body even more. So we started with compressing the digestion organs with those twists, and now we're like stretching them out. One more big breath here, feeling the front of the body expand. And then exhale, we're taking it back to child's pose. So in that seal pose, we were stretching the front of the body and compressing the back. And now here in child's pose, we're stretching the back body and compressing the stomach. So we're just countering what we've just done. So one more breath. And we're going to make our way back to downward dog, but we're just passing through as we're going to walk our feet to meet our hands at the top of the mat. Exhale and fold. Hang heavy here. Push past your comfort zone gently and bring your peace fingers around your big toes. Keep the legs straight. And as you exhale, start to bring the torso closer to the side. So if your hamstrings are really tight, yes, absolutely, take a little bend in the knees. But slowly begin to straighten them as much as comfortably possible. Feeling a big stretch through your back one last time. And then with closed eyes and a soft inhalation, you're going to roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, draw the arms up overhead. We're going to keep moving this morning. Exhale, we hinge forward, hands move towards the earth. Inhale, lift to a flat back. Exhale, take that left foot back. This time we're dropping the left heel so your foot is at a 45-degree angle. And inhaling, coming up into a traditional warrior one. Keep your hip points facing the front of the mat, deep bend in the right knee, and actively press the pinky sides of your feet here. Traditional warrior one, reach those arms up overhead. Maybe you have that wide stance in the arms, feeling the energy bounce between the hands. One more breath here. And the exhale, you're going to bring your hands back behind you, intertwine the fingers, and take a little back bend. So squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting the heart and sternum, little thoracic back bend here. And then exhale, we hinge forward into humble warrior. So your right shoulder can land comfortably on your right knee. Or if you're feeling pretty open, you can let that shoulder surpass the knee as you bring the head closer towards the earth. Working on your balance, staying grounded, and feeling that gentle compression of your stomach. Remember that this helps with digestion, it helps with assimilation. One more breath here in humble warrior. We use the inhale and the strength of our core to lift up back into warrior one, and then exhale into warrior two, starting to open up through the hips and the groin. We're here 3 breaths, actively pressing through the pinky sides of your feet, anchoring into this present moment. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Stay committed to the bend in that right knee. Feel that right side body stretch and expand. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, side angle, right elbow, right knee, left arm comes up and over. Feeling the energy line from the pinky left toe all the way through the left side body and out through the left fingertips. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, windmill both hands to the mat. Take that right foot up and back, 3-legged dog. And maybe you move through a 3-legged vinyasa, or you skip it. And we come back to downward facing dog. We're going to take 3 resting breaths here in down dog, giving an opportunity for the breath to come back to a state of neutral. Allowing ourselves to turn inward for a moment. And then we bend the knees, we switch the gaze, and we hop, step, or float to the front of the mat. Exhale and fold. Spend a couple extra breaths hanging heavy here. Maybe you take those peace fingers around those big toes again. Bend the elbows and draw your torso closer towards the thighs. Feeling the gentle compression of the stomach and the gentle stretch of the back. With your next gentle, soft inhale, you're going to roll back up to standing. We're going to keep moving. Reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, we hinge at the hips as the hands move towards the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step that right foot back. Drop the right heel and lift up into warrior one. Spend a few breaths really anchoring into your footing and your foundation, drawing that right hip forward. Remember, the left knee is either going to be on top of or behind the ankle, never surpassing it. Reaching the arms up overhead, feeling the energy charge between the hands. Exhale, you bring the hands behind the back, intertwine the fingers, and lift the heart and sternum for that thoracic back bend. Gentle heart opener here. And then the exhale, we come down into humble warrior. Feeling the compression of the stomach feeling the stretch of the back and shoulders, feeling ourselves grounded and stable. Inhale using the strength of your core, lifting back up, warrior one, and then exhale into warrior two. 3 breaths here. Finding this balance between never giving up and yet always letting go. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Stay committed to the bend in the left knee. Feel that left side body, the expansion of the left side of the heart. Inhale, move back to warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Anchoring down through the right pinky toe, feeling the energy rise all the way out through the right fingertips. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands to the mat. Take that left foot up and back. Maybe you leave it raised for a 3-legged vinyasa. Maybe you skip it. And we're gonna all meet in child's pose. Let's allow this to be, when you get there, a wide knee child's pose. The big toes come together, the knees are apart, and you're leaving space for your abdomen to come in between the thighs. You can stack your palms and rest your forehead here. Letting the heart and sternum drop towards the earth. Getting deep into the energy of the hips, simultaneously stretching and expanding the back. Coming into a little back bend and a heart opener, Anahata Asana, puppy pose or heart melting pose. So sliding your knees back together, walking your hands towards the front of your mat, and then lifting your seat so that your hips are stacked right on top of your knees. Keeping the hips right where they are, you start to walk the arms forward as you drop the heart and sternum. Puppy pose, Anahata Asana, heart melting pose. For some of us, our chins will come to the mat. For others, it'll be our forehead. You can always stack a palm and rest your head there. We're here for 3 more breaths. The big stretch for the shoulders. It's grounding. And to come out of this, our next inhale, we're just going to slide all the way onto our stomach. You can stack your palms, rest your head, and then just take a bend in the knees and sway out from the hips, releasing any tension that may have built up in that lumbar spine. Finding stillness, bringing the tops of the feet back to the mat. You're going to bend the right knee, coming into half frog pose. So the right knee is in line with or surpassing the right hip, just depending on your range of mobility here. Take a couple exhales. Release any tension in the right glute, in the right thigh. You are completely on the mat here, completely supported. There is no need for muscular engagement. Sliding the left hand underneath of the right armpit, starting to get a gentle stretch to the outside of that left shoulder. We'll spend an extra breath here. Open up into a supine twist. So with the inhale, you lift the right arm up, and as you exhale, you open up onto your back so that both shoulders are touching the mat. Supine twist. You can keep that right knee bent, or you can straighten the leg and reach for the foot. Your choice. We're going to be here for about 4 more breaths. And coming out of this pose the same way we came in. So the inhale lifts the right arm up. The exhale brings our belly back to the mat as we unwind the left hand. Sliding the right foot to meet the left. We just pause in stillness as we let the right hip just release and soften. And then we'll come into this on the other side. So the left knee comes in line with the left hip, half frog pose. We stay for a couple of breaths as we allow the left glutes and thigh, the abdomen to release. There's no need for muscular engagement here. And then we'll slide the right hand through the left armpit and get a stretch for the back of that right shoulder. And really beginning to slow down your exhale, starting to feel yourself preparing for relaxation. The inhale, you lift the left arm. And the exhale, you open up into supine twist. Focusing on those exhales, slowing them down, allowing your body to absorb all of the work that you've done. So when you're ready, we're going to come out of this and come right onto our back. So just open up with the inhale. You may need to readjust onto the mat. And then exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest, releasing any final pockets of tension or tightness in the pelvic region. And then slowly coming on down into Shavasana. Scanning through the body and making adjustments accordingly. Allowing the feet to be wider than the hips and the shoulders to be drawn down the back. As you focus on the exhale, feel your body begin to slide into a state of relaxation. Shavasana. There's nothing left undone. There's nothing more to accomplish. Just a simple state of relaxation. And I invite you to remain here in Shavasana for as long as you like. And then just coming back to the moments when you're ready. And if you're ready now, then slowly bring your awareness back to your body lying in stillness. Witness yourself peaceful, serene. Gently begin to invite movement back into your body. This mindful, conscious movement. Allow the breath to reawaken you. Eventually, you can draw your knees back in towards your chest, or perhaps it's a full body stretch that your body is asking for. Whatever you need to do to just come back into this moment. You can roll to your side to reconnect. And eventually making your way back up to a comfortable seat. We pause. We come back to our intention for our practice, for our day. Drawing the hands together at heart center in a sign of gratitude and in honor of all that you are. Namaste.